Ladies and gentlemen,
now tuned into the motherfucking greatest.
This is the Hype Reality Podcast.
Listen.
Hype-reality.com.
Listen, or I'll kill ya.
Hey, welcome to the latest edition of the Hype Reality Podcast. My name is Emilio, a.k.a. Triple D, a.k.a. the Dominican Dirk Diggler, along with my co-host,
Ephraim.
And
T-Rock's in the house today.
Black Ranger is back.
Black Ranger's back.
Hey, make sure to check us out on iTunes. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Anything you can do to help, we greatly appreciate it, along with our SoundCloud page. Check it out, view it, listen, do whatever you can, tell your friends. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about some shit.
You niggas might be L, or you might be Kane, or you might be Slick Rick with 19 chains, or you might be Drizzy Drake or Kendrick Lamar. But check the birth date, nigga. You ain't the guy. Nah, you ain't the guy. Nigga, Cole the guy. Nigga.
So did any of you guys listen to the J.Cole album?
2014 Forest Hills Drive. Yeah, I've been listening to it. I like it a lot. I mean, J. Cole's one of my favorites right now. And the album, like, it reminds me of a mixtape, but that's not like a bad thing to say.
Did you guys buy it?
Well, I got a Spotify account. Does that count?
No.
He gets a couple cents a stream every time I play it.
Do you have the premium account?
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Then I guess it somehow benefits him.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't buy it, but I got it. I've been listening to it nonstop, like since it's been out, basically.
Yeah.
Like, I like it. What do you guys think?
The album works really well as a body of work, but there's no real like standout track that like
definitive,
okay, this is definitive single.
There's
this
no
is
bangers.
Like, this is
Well, he didn't
the
release
banger,
any singles.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like for it, he just put out the album. I think he's kind of like.
But it's still like something that you like kind of automatically jump to or whatever.
Yeah,
Like, you know
yeah.
what? I want to listen to these 2 or 3 songs on the album while I'm fucking, I don't know, taking a shower or some stupid shit, or when you're driving around or whatever. You want like these to go-tos.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. This shit's dope.
Yeah, I
and
basically have to
then when
listen
you're
to the
just
whole
letting
album.
it ride, you're letting it ride, then you let everything ride out. And usually it's kind of like a wave. Like you have your like fucking more thoughtful, more melodic shit. Then you got your like straight for the bitches, dog.
Yeah.
it kind of goes up and down. Like his album is pure like symphony.
Yeah.
It goes all the way through, and then there's "Get Off My Dick," and then it's like it's pretty fluent. It goes together very well, and I think it's one of those things as like a complete puzzle. Like you don't want to take any one of those things out because it would hurt like the harmony of that whole album. Like he did a good job bringing it together.
Yeah, they're really trying to like plant their foots down as like the new like
The
kings
gods.
of rap, whatever. Between,
I don't really like the use of that term. But
Yeah.
Kendrick, Drake, and Wale.
I still don't know why Wale's in that talk.
He always gets put at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Like, he's just there for out of courtesy.
He's like the Piccolo. Like he's not the Vegeta, Future Trunks, or Goku of the time. Like that is definitely the other 3, but I guess he would be Piccolo.
This is amazing. I feel incredible. Yes. I can win. I feel great. I can do this. Ugh.
I was reading an article about J. Cole's album. This guy was talking about how, yeah, it's a great album, but like since his 3 albums that J. Cole's put out, that he doesn't have like a classic album. Like he doesn't like Good Kid, Mad City for Kendrick. People would say that's a classic album. Like Kanye's first
people
album.
dick ride really hard on Kendrick, and fucking
Of course,
College
we know
Dropout
that.
is like 10, 15 years removed now.
I think a lot of these people that have these classic albums that we reference like are very lucky that they didn't have the internet. Otherwise,
Right.
they never would have a classic album. This classic album shit, especially today in 2014, it gets so fucking played out and just dried out. You can always nitpick this shit, and you can always find a bunch of other dick riders that either believe you or don't believe you, to agree with you or not agree with you, to make the scenario for what you're trying to say, and it gets like kind of exhausting, especially with hip hop. I think it's a classic album. I think this guy put out an amazing body of work. And
I wouldn't put.
Come on, this last one that came out?
Yeah,
This is a great fucking
Yeah, I
album.
love
And it's
it.
an album. It's a coherent fucking piece of work. Like you don't get that often. That's what some people might have had their brains explode when they heard like Good Kid, Mad City, because it was a coherent like one kind of body. And people are used to hearing like all these random tracks everywhere. They're almost like mixtapes in their albums.
I think you mean cohesive.
God, fuck.
What did you say? What did
You
you
say coherent.
C word.
And with J. Cole, like with this album, like it wasn't that much of a stretch in terms of sonically. Like all the beats and the things he did were all kind of within his wheelhouse. He didn't really take a lot of risk, but I think that's fine. I think you gotta stick with what you're good with, and in a way, he is kind of taking a risk because we are very much in the turn up era, like, and there's some tracks on there that are good to listen to and vibe out to, but it's very much more thoughtful, and he is giving himself a lot more in his music, and where you get artists that just releasing singles and just
regurgitating bullshit.
You listen to their songs, you don't learn anything about them. But with J. Cole, if you just listen to this, even if you just listen to this album, I feel you walk away with a great understanding of who he is and where he is.
And then you're able to
in his
connect
life.
it. That fucking, was it Wet Dreams or some shit?
I like that track.
That's a good track.
I wrote back like, yeah, baby, sound like a plan. Still trying to play it cool, sound like the man. But I was scared to death, my nigga, my stomach turned. Talking shit, knowing damn well I was a virgin. Fuck. And I ain't ever did this before, no. And I ain't ever did this before, no.
The other thing I was happy to hear about in this album was finally someone with enough balls to go out these reality chicks and tell them what's up, man.
Yeah, that role
Dang.
model
Role
song.
Model, I like that
Role
track.
Model song is
You
good.
tell them, Cole.
Yeah.
That's a good track. That's a
Speaking
good
the
track.
truth.
Nigga, I don't want no bitch from reality shows. Out of touch with reality hoes. Out in Hollywood, bringing back 5 or 6 hoes. Fuck them, then we kick them to the door. Nigga, you know how it goes. She just
Oh, man.
That Role Model's track is on point.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the fuck out of that. And he was like, another thing that Angie Martinez interview, he was going in on that shit a lot or whatever. Like, he has
On that particular track?
No, just the whole reality show host.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Little respect for those people whatsoever. Like, he just like, this whole thing is garbage. That whole shit. That whole, like, just genre is fucking up
Stupid.
the culture, man. It's fucking
Yeah.
up our people. Like, you need to turn that TV off and stop watching that dog shit.
And he did it in a way that I think you have to respect, and that you can't say that he's like hating on them. Like, he's making very valid points, especially more or less like calling out all these dudes. Like, why you want to wipe these bitches up, man? These chicks are like not where you want to be at. They're not the kind of women you want to associate with, and
They're not helping your reputation at all.
The first one to throw you under the bus and get the fuck out of that situation. Like, fucking change clothes and go.
man. Salute
Yeah,
to
man.
Cole.
Yeah, Cole album, definitely. If you haven't heard it, listen to it.
2014
You can
Forest
buy
Hills
it, help that
Drive.
motherfucker out, because his music is on fucking point. And I like, you got to give him props, man. Like, he's able to maintain by still kind of doing his own art. That's kind of hard to come by nowadays.
That's 18-year-old freshman receiver Justin Brent with 42-year-old porn star Lisa Ann at the Knicks game last night. TMZ reporting that the two were on an official date and that she made the first move. Justin hasn't caught a pass this season until now.
Yeah, there's like this guy who plays for Notre Dame named Justin Brent. He made a lot of headlines, not for doing anything crazy on the football field, but because he was running around with Lisa Ann as his, girlfriend. And for those of you who unfortunately don't know who Lisa Ann is, she is
Unfortunately.
yeah, like she is a porn star and
Bad bitch.
yeah, probably one of the best in the game. She got a lot of play because of playing that Sarah
Palin.
Palin stuff. Yeah, there you go. But that didn't last too long, and now he's on to the next one. This chick named Elk the Stallion, who is 42, and this guy is 19. So, in some ways, I kind of admire it because like he's basically bagging these broads that people are like jacking off to, and just fucking.
And he's not
fucking
even
them
20
in real
years
life.
old yet.
Yeah, exactly. So like I can't really fault him for too much for being a 19-year-old doing 19-year-old shit. But man, I think this just points to a larger problem with like these dudes. It's almost like a new trend. Like before, it used to be you can't turn a hoe to a housewife, but it's like now it's like the rule has become the exception. Now it's like all the hoes are getting wifed up as wives, and no one has a problem with it. Like from your, Kanye to Kim K's to your Tygas and Black Chynas, like all these girls usually come out of the strip club and or pornography in some type of way, have a long list of body counts, and there's just all these dudes that are just like, nope, whatever, I don't care. And this, in my mind, being kind of short-minded, because I feel like it's a lot of fun, and obviously these girls are built for fun. But you just run into all kinds of problems afterwards, and you can just tell in recent years how a lot of these shits are not working out. And God, I can't explain it.
Strictly talking about this Justin Brent dude. amen to that guy. Keep on having fun, bro, because you're definitely experiencing shit that I didn't at 19. That is fucking
Most
awesome.
people didn't experience at 19.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you have tasted a lot of dudes' dicks. Like,
Yeah.
a lot, an alarming amount. Like, Lisa Ann's been doing porn for, like, 20 years, bro. So.
And joke's on him because that Elk the Stallion chick is known to be an escort, and you can even book her if you're ever so inclined.
So he's fucking her for free.
Maybe. Well, no one's ever fucking anybody for free.
That's true.
There's
Good point.
always, there's always, more to that. So,
Price for everything.
everything has a price for it.
Yeah, exactly.
But what is your theory on this thing, like, about, like, dudes wifing these girls of
These
ill repute? And, like,
I like when you say that.
whores.
I'm trying not to say whores, but, like,
Well, most girls are like that. It's just that their shit isn't out there for the public, to everybody to see.
most girls aren't escorts.
I mean, not like that, but most
Yeah,
girls
well,
have,
that's
like you
such a
said,
loose
like
term.
like
How's that not
high body counts, or like you say, this dude's he's definitely tasted a lot of dicks or whatever. I mean, these girls walking on the streets right now, they have like high body counts, probably fucked a lot of dudes and getting wifed up too, but they're not fucking porn stars. They're not out there doing the shit, so we don't fucking
They're
know.
not on Real Housewives.
They
They're
can
not
really
on,
hide that shit. You know what I
Love and
mean?
Hip Hop. They're not on.
Yeah, they're not on that shit, so we don't know what their past was, what their business was, and they're
I feel
eventually
like
gonna
if
get
you
wiped
really want to
up.
know, it's really not that hard to figure out. Like,
Yeah, but
lot of
I
these-
said it gets to some point though. It's like, was she never not supposed to have to be with somebody because of her past, fucking all these dudes? Like, eventually she's gonna tie down with somebody, and that motherfucker, whoever that is, not gonna fucking care. You know what I mean? So like,
or just not gonna know.
either that, not gonna know, or he may know.
I think it's probably
or-
better in that situation.
I think that's what it is. It's more of the ignorance,
It's gonna
ignorance
come.
of not knowing.
It's I
or
go.
not want to know, but like, but I don't know. Is it really a problem to like? It's more of a problem in that sense. But I'm talking about the average chick. The average chick out there is probably fucking whoring around at some point in her life, whether it's in college, high school, and then
let me take a shot. So, I look at it in a very asshole type way. I think all girls are whores to some extent, or stretch of the imagination, and that's just kind of the way dudes look at girls, or like society, like our society at least, so probably in the world, is like if girls have sex with somebody that isn't their husband, more or less, they're already doing wrong, and if they have sex with more than one person that's not their husband, you're a whore. And I look at there's different kinds of whores. There's like there's relationship whores. Everybody's known them. Girls that fucking stay with one guy for fucking years, dump them, and then there's about a window of like 2 weeks where they're single and like, man, being single is cool and shit, and then they get back with one other guy, and then as that guy, he locks it down for a while, and then they're like a very, they're loyal,
serial monogamous.
There you go. Sure, that's a you use
better way to
words
use it.
today.
Yeah.
Like somebody read the dictionary yesterday.
Oh, smart-ass community college nigga like that.
And then there's whores in relation to like how the common use of it, girls that have sex with a lot of guys and suck a lot of dick, or actually are like guy-minded, like they don't think about it, they just do it.
we know them.
Those are our best
We know
friends.
them.
Like those are the best people to have in your life, because if they're not like sucking and fucking you, then they're probably sucking and fucking somebody else and giving you some type of insight on like, man, girls really act like that, girls really talk like that, girls really think like that, and they are the ones that tell you like, yes, we do talk like that and we do act like that. And yeah, it's not that much of an imagination anymore because they actually do this shit. Yeah, man. And then there's whores for money. And it might not actually be like that. Technically, the term is prostitute or some stretch of that, but they are only in that realm. They're these type of whores or hookers, prostitutes, porn stars, strippers. Yeah, sex workers. I'm pretty sure like maybe Lisa Ann is like the sexual, goddess or some shit when the cameras are on, or when she's at a strip club, or when whatever, you get me? But when she's at home, she's a regular ass girl.
I don't know. Like I'm at this point in my life now where like a lot of people I know are getting engaged and married in general, and a lot of these girls that were really loose in high school and college, a lot of them have moved out of town. They're not even living in that place where they were doing their best work. They're like in some faraway town, far away. and you'll see some pictures of Facebook with them and their significant other, and it's usually them.
You didn't even know she blew everybody on the baseball team.
Oh man, it's like it's usually them. Like it's usually like some engagement picture or someone's pregnant, and you see this guy. He looks so happy, and I just look at this poor bastard. I'm like, man, you have no idea, man. Ugh.
But that's the thing. Go ahead.
But realistically, with it, I know someday I'm gonna be that guy, and someone's gonna see a picture of me and be like, man, why you kissing that girl in the mouth? Oh God.
Hold on. That's the girl you gave a wedding ring? Man, me and my niggas nutted on her everything.
Oh man, like I guess you can't get away from it, but
it's a weird.
You can minimize risk, is all I'm saying.
The way the skill.
But how do you really minimize risk? How do
ask
you do
some
that?
fucking questions.
There's no minimizing.
Exactly.
Shit.
There's no
bullshit.
ask questions to who?
Bullshit.
To her?
Yeah, ask her like, hey,
to her friends.
Because every time someone asks you something, you're 100%
You can't minimize
honest.
risk. You just do
like,
this shit.
Like some general show. If she's like not from your town, out of town, I'm like, hey, why?
Yo, we live in the fucking mecca of whoredom. Like we're in New York. You don't know these girls' body counts, and no one's from here. Just to add on to your little belief system, no one's from New York that's in the city right now.
It's Christmas time, so like in a little bit, this place is gonna be empty because everyone's gonna go back home where the fuck they came from. And so, like...
And that's when they have to fucking go back to being Bruce Wayne. But while they're here in fucking Gotham, it is Batman time. That's just the way it is, man. They put on this costume. Man. You don't know what the fuck. You meet a girl on whatever club, whatever the fuck it is, man. Like, I've come to this point, you just, like, zone the fuck out. Like, I'm going to take you at face value and pray to God you don't have AIDS or herpes. But it's a weird thing because a lot of these girls get turned out. That's that's my theory behind it. Just like, dude,
you can definitely minimize risk. Like the point being, like that's the point J. Cole's making. If you're gonna knowingly date someone,
J. Cole, who has probably had sex with a billion girls, keep going.
Let him go.
If you're gonna knowingly like seek out a person like Erica Mena who has like this long past that like is documented. There's rap sheets.
But that's
like,
different, though.
There's celebrities that can attest, hey, I used to fuck shit out of her all the time.
But that's different, though, because those are celebrities.
What I'm saying. Like, okay.
So how does an average person minimize risk trying to date a regular-ass person, not a celebrity?
Well,
for first of all, I fuck Erica Mena, too. That's just fine.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
if I seen her walking on the street, I know her past. I know what she's been. I know what she does.
Well,
but if I see Jessica over there walking on Fifth Avenue, how the fuck do I minimize that risk?
Ephraim is praying.
How many dicks you suck? How many dicks you suck? Why do you move here?
Ephraim's praying for those Google goggles, Google glasses,
exactly.
And show like a fucking body count. Like she's had sex with 48 men, anal 23 times, like 89 dicks sucked in the last.
You might as well
years.
just keep walking.
Next.
I don't think it's. I mean, you're obviously not gonna know everything, but it doesn't help to not to be willfully blind either. To like not ask any questions or not to be.
I will say
at the
this.
very least curious about where.
You can't ask questions.
The shit comes out eventually. You're gonna know one way. If you push for it, you're gonna find out.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Speak louder than words, man.
But
let her write that.
The thing
dick.
is, like, you can't ask questions, but then it'll get to a point where you'll meet like people she knows and talk, and you'll eventually find out something.
Like, hey, you got no friends. like a lot of these whores don't have friends. Isn't that true?
They don't have any girlfriends.
But I can't just go back to my point about how you just really can't minimize risk.
But that's a clear sign. That's at least a not red flag, but like the spider sense should be tingling a little bit. Like, hey, well, so you don't have any friends? You're not from this town? Like, where are you from? Like, what was your last boyfriend? Oh, you didn't have a boyfriend.
I think everybody is whores, bro. Like everybody has like, and then it opens yourself up to the same kind of questioning, and it's kind of like, am I gonna tell her every girl I fucked or whatnot? Like, I'd rather show and proof. Like, when we have sex, there's gonna be some shit that I'm gonna wow you with, and then more than likely you're gonna wow me too. I just hope that you don't scare me. If you wow me, that's great, that's sexy. If you scare me, you've had way too much fun in that bedroom, and somebody who I don't want to know has turned you the fuck out. And like I would go with that. Like when you have sex with a chick, see where their skill game is, because Michael Jordan didn't learn to dunk like that after only a few jumps, man. Took a lot of practice.
Again, the point was like
he's 19.
These guys are actively seeking out these women
19.
that they know. Okay, Tyga, like Kanye West,
celebrity, celebrities,
not just celebrity, but older people of means that don't have to seek out these people. They don't. They're doing them a favor by seeking them out. They're
you think anybody that Tyga's gonna fuck is not gonna be a whore?
He can if he doesn't want
to.
You
think these groupies are not whores? Like, you think these people that he comes across are not whores?
Well, the point is
he's not going to be dating. Even Rihanna's a whore. Who else is going to date?
He has all the resources and all the means to find a not
Yeah,
a
all he had
whore.
to
He would. He would fucking cheat on her for a fucking whore.
Yeah, more
You
likely.
don't know that.
It's not exactly coming to America, bro. It's not like gonna get a globe and spin the shit around. Like, yep, that's where I find my next queen. Like, it's not like that. That guy's gonna. Once you get in that spotlight, especially like. Oh, everybody's a whore. That's whatever. I don't even argue this.
I'm not
Don't get me
saying-
wrong. Tyga's an exception because he's fucking gross. Like Kendall Jenner's 17 years old. That whole, or is it Kendall or Kylie or whatever the little bitch's name is? Like that shit is disgusting. Fucking Kanye West, for example. Kanye West, he had that one girl in College Dropout. He had that fucking song where he talked about he told that the girl's dad that he's gonna fucking marry her and this and that whatever. He cheated on her with a whore, right? He left her, and then was the first jump off that he got was it Amber Rose. Amber Rose, who used to be a stripper, right? That one. People know her. Fat ass and titties. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then he ended up cheating on her with who? Kim Kardashian. Another girl, fat ass and titties, who's been, had sex on camera and shit like that, which is totally cool.
Openly. Everybody knows.
Everybody knows this. And she also has quite a body count. A lot of football players and basketball players slam dunked, touchdown, whatever you want. however you want, whatever kind of analogy you want to use.
And like you were saying before, it's like these.
This guy knows this shit. Maybe he's turned on by it. We're in this fucking culture that we watch all this porn and watch all this shit, and that shit is cool to us to an extent.
Can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Hoes don't act right. It's hoes on a mission and it's hoes on a crack pipe. Hey ho, how you doing? Where you been? Probably doing hoe stuff, cause there you hoe again.
Yeah, from when we were kids, it was you can't turn a hoe to a housewife.
Right.
It's not like these dudes are just seeking out whores or having fun with whores or being linked to whores. They're actually marrying these whores, and in some cases, having children with whores,
they have kids.
having kids that are half whore.
Yeah.
That shit is not cool. And then you then you fucking end up in these problems like with Tiger, where you got to get a divorce, and you got to look at yourself in the mirror. It's like, damn, I fucked up. Like I don't care what she did, you fucked up. Like you fucked up by fucking putting that drop in the bucket and fucking having a baby with this chick, and now you're linked to a whore for life.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. People need to check themselves and be real about what their life decisions so they don't end up in situations like this.
I just see it differently from like the celebrity perspective to like the average Joe. I guess that's just my thing. When you're talking about Tyga and everybody else, like I think that's just totally different than like the average person. You're talking about your friends or these girls that you knew from back in the day on Facebook and what they went through, and now you see them in a different town, different place, and they have kids and they're with.
And I'm not gonna lie, man. Some of these whores are amazing.
They're just a regular.
Moms,
they're just a
like,
regular person now. They're living a regular life now. You know what I mean? Like I just see a difference between like the famous people.
Some people turn around, man. Some people find Christ. That's a good one, right? That's a good excuse or some shit.
And just changes, man. Like,
all you whores out there, if you ever see Triple D, holla.
We did exactly what needed to be done in order to catch those who were guilty on 9/11 and to prevent a further attack. And we were successful on both parts.
This
And I
report
think
says
if
it was not successful.
The report's full of crap.
So looks like C.I.A. released a report that was 500 plus pages, 500 in the ballpark, 500 pages, pertaining to
torture.
What was it? There's a proper term for it. Torture.
Yeah, I think it's called enhanced interrogation or something.
Is the correct term. It is horrible what happened over there. The methods in which we got all this false information, because almost none of that was actually useful, beneficial. It didn't lead to Bin Laden's capture, we found out. It didn't lead to a lot of other things. And we did this shit to a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people that now
fucked up shit.
We can't actually release because they weren't a terrorist then, but they're definitely going to be one now after you fed them quesadillas up their butthole through a tube. That there's
waterboarded them and
had these motherfuckers up for 180 hours at a time.
Yeah, sleep deprived them.
Fucking
That's just crazy.
Putting a bag over their head and making them walk out, dick out. Like that is fucking sick. What do you think about this?
This report is basically lifting the veil and saying, hey man, you guys like getting cheap shit, you like getting cheap gas, you like being able to go walk around without getting blown up. This is what we're doing to ensure that shit. Like, so if you don't like it, say something. If you want to make some sacrifices, we can do that shit. But I just think we as Americans have to come to grip with what our country does and how things work in relation to the rest of the world. And if we don't like this shit, we have to start making it known and putting pressure on the powers that be, because just leaving it into the large dark hands of people like a Dick Cheney, they're gonna fucking do what the fuck they feel need to do. And these motherfuckers are fucking heartless when it comes to these individuals. And we need to wake the fuck up and see how the way the world works and how the war on terror is being fought and won. in our name.
Sunlight at the CIA? I'm sorry, that's one place I don't need sunlight. I don't think they need to give me a lot of transparency at the CIA. Look, thousands of Americans were killed after 9/11. The Bush administration did what the American public wanted, and that was do whatever it takes to keep us safe. And look, I agree with you. The United States of America is awesome. We are awesome. But we've had this discussion. We've closed the book on it and we've stopped doing it. And the reason they want to have this discussion is not to show how awesome we are. This administration wants to have this discussion to show us how we're not awesome.
Well, that's all we got for today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for downloading. Thanks for viewing it in whatever medium you did so. Make sure to check out our Twitter page. It's at hype_reality_. Yeah, man, we're fucking making moves. Please support us, comment, give us feedback. We appreciate everything you guys are doing for us. Till next time, take care.